I'm making a second video because I didn't cover the solenoid enough. So let's say you run out of water pressure in your house in Lehigh Acres, Florida, Fort Myers suburb. First thing you do is check your ground fault buttons inside of these clear boxes. That's usually the problem. Second, slap this switch, slap top of that switch. If that pressure switch, you can usually trick it into working, and by slapping it, and you got very limited time or days or weeks. Once you start slapping it, you got to replace that. It's not a big deal to replace it. I didn't do this in the first video, but I'm gonna do this in the second video. Here, it's not a big deal. So make sure you watch my first video first. This is a little more in depth. So it's a pressure switch. Mine is a square D. I know it's a 4060. I don't know where it says it on there, but this is a 4060. It should say somewhere in there. 4060 square D. And then somebody puts on some nice, whatever. Just take a picture of this before you replace it. Turn off your power on your main breaker or the big main breaker, undo them, take some photos of it, and just unhook everything, spin it off that nipple, I think it's called, use some Teflon tape. As a homeowner in Lehigh, you better know how to replace these pressure switches every year or two. It's a big deal. Okay, so then I didn't cover the solenoid enough. Now, that appears to only allow water to enter that tank. So if you have to manually mess with that to fill your water barrel when the water is working in your house, well, you got another issue, which is most likely you forgot to press the ground fault breaker, you forgot to slap that pressure switch, or open up this barrel and shake and handle your float switch. So that is just kind of like a quick bypass, but ignores the ground fault, slapping the pressure switch or replacing it, and shaking the float switch inside of there, or replacing the float switch. Trying to think of anything else I should have covered, but that should do it. That should do it. Good luck. You're going to need it with these South Florida well water systems. They suck. High maintenance, but usually you can fix it 9 out of 10 times with what I just showed you between the first video and this add-on video.